on Thornton at 31-1. For a preview of this consolation game, let's go to the play-by-play team that's going to call it. Jim Blaney and Norm Van Leer. Guys?
Cash, thank you very much. And one of the things I enjoy about a third-place game is the fact that it's not so much of a physical battle, Norm, as it's a mental battle. It's hard to get up for this game because you had hoped to get a shot at the state title. You lost earlier today, but I think this is a game where you really find out who the competitors are.
Oh, no doubt about it. And you mentioned something earlier that crossed my mind. You usually go to your seniors and say, it's up to you. Get the job done. Get these guys up and let's play the game, because I think this is a very difficult time to play a basketball game.
Now, Norm and I are getting ready to call our 8th game in 2 weekends here in Peoria, and we thought you might like a glimpse at how Norm Van Leer gets ready for one of these games. Warming up on the court just moments ago, here's Norm Van Leer in action. Nothing but net, and he called the bank. And don't forget,
yes,
and Steve Cashel knows this very well, Norm Van Leer still holds the all-time NBA record for longest shot. Let's go back to Steve.
That's right, Jim. Thank you very much. He does hold the record for longest shot. He did it against the San Antonio Spurs in the mid-70s, about 98 feet. Joining us now is Chicago Tribune sports writer Bob Sakamoto. And Bob, we're going to see two great games. What do you think so far of the whole experience here so far this weekend in Peoria?
I'll tell you what, we were talking a little bit, Steve, about whether this goes back to Champaign or not. It's got one more year in Peoria, and then there's going to be negotiating between Champaign and Peoria, kind of like a bidding war to see who gets this tournament. My personal feelings right now are I think Peoria is going to keep it. The city has gone all out hospitality-wise. They've got this fan jam here with all the experience, the kids being able to play all these games and everything. They've done a great job of hosting it. The one drawback is not enough ticket room, not enough ticket space. They can't get everybody in there. They can't accommodate everybody who wants to come to see these games. They've got to work on that. Other than that, I really think Peoria is going to bid very hard to keep it right here.
Yeah, they've been very hospitable, absolutely. I want to talk about the third-place game now, Bob. We have Rockford Boylan coming up against Thornton. Let's talk about some of the comparisons. Who's got the edge in some different categories? We're going to take a look at a board right now, and these are your selections. Tell me about them.
You can see right there, Rockford Boylan is a better three-point shooting team. Nick Zachary was off earlier this tournament, but I think he could have a big night because this is the game they just throw everything out. They're just going to go for broke. And free throws also, they're a more consistent team. But Thornton has a bigger team all around. Melvin Eli keys their defense. They're going to out-rebound them. They got more size. They're pressed. They got more quickness. And look for Antoine Randall L to go out with a big game also, Steve. He is one of the best all-around athletes. He might play football and basketball at Indiana next year for Bobby Knight and for the football teams.
That would be very interesting, a la Quinn Buckner. Let's take a look now at the championship game. West Aurora, Peoria Manual. West Aurora has more rest, but Peoria Manual is going after an unprecedented 4th consecutive state title.
The kids are sleeping right now. I just came from the hotel, was talking to one of the assistant coaches, Sergio McLean, who had that shoulder injury, is going to be about the same as he was for the semifinal game. What the coaching staff is going to do is play him in spurts, pick their spots when they can use him, when they need him the most. West Aurora is a slow-down team, Steve, very disciplined. They'll give Manual a lot of trouble, I think, but I don't think they have the strength, the inside game to match Peoria Manual. They also don't have this intangible. One reason why we saw Manual get by Thornton, there's something on the inside these kids' hearts, something in their program that allows them to just keep on winning like this.
Especially being down 18-4 like they were to Thornton in that semifinal game. They were tremendous. Bob, thanks so much. Enjoy the games. Give me a champion real quickly.
It's going to be Peoria Manual.
Obvious. Hopefully it's a good game, though, and you're going to see it live on Sports Channel. Coming up, the third-place game. Stay with us here as our road to Peoria continues and our state championship special on Sports Channel. Back in Peoria, teams are already warming up. It's Rockford Boylan and Thornton in that third-place game. And the championship game, folks, going to be a great one, we hope. Peoria Manual taking on West Aurora. For a preview of this one, let's hear from our second group of play-by-play team. That's Tom Dorr and David Kaplan. Guys?
The excitement and thrills that goes along with it. Well, Peoria Manuals, they're a team I think a lot of people would have picked at the start of the season. West Aurora, I'm not sure a lot of people would have picked.
Right, Tom. People didn't know them as a household name among high school basketball. They thought about Thornton. They thought about Peoria Manual, obviously the three-time defending state champ. But West Aurora can counteract some of the things Manual will throw at them because they have athletes. They can run, press, trap, jump, do all the things to try and attack the glass in a full court 94-foot situation.
Travis Williams and Jason Pasley, two guards, I think, that make a big difference for this team. Pasley's the leading scorer, but Williams has been outstanding here.
Well, he was the emotional leader all season long, but yesterday in their quarterfinal win over Mount Vernon, he really stepped up and scored well early in the ballgame. He was our player of the game. He was the key guy that got them going. When they went 5.5 minutes at the start of the game without a point, they finally scored, were able to set up their press, which is something they got away from as the season went on. They've used it downstate to their advantage.
And obviously, Peoria's a ball club manual, a team that has gone through it all. They've got the big injury right now, Sergio McLean with the bad neck and shoulder, whatever you want to call it, but a guy who stepped up in the third quarter today and made a big difference for his team. They also made the free throws down the stretch.
They have the look of a champion. They're trying to accomplish what no one has been able to do over a 90-year period, win 4 straight Illinois state titles. I look at this team coming out here tonight. They are so focused on the task at hand. Plus, they're going to be very tired. They played the late semifinal. They're going to come back on 5 hours rest. An injured Sergio McLean. How much he'll play remains to be seen. But I'll tell you what, they're going to have a big amount of fans here in this building, here in Peoria, wearing orange and black, that will certainly try and get their blood going early.
Pretty good fans, too, I would say. Pretty good guards also for Peoria. Frank Williams, to me, has been outstanding in this tournament. So it ought to be fun as we get the state championship game a little bit later on. Now let's go back to Steve Cashel.
Tom and David, thank you, by the way. That championship game set to tip off about 8:15 tonight. You can see it exclusively live right here on Sports Channel. Coming up first, the third place game just moments from now. It'll be Rockford, Boylan, and Thornton. Stay with us on Sports Channel.
Their season coming up against Rockford, Boylan. Let's go to Paul Herzog and get the opening lineups for tonight's game. Well, we've got to finish Stray Cat Strut here before we get going, Norm. This is what we're waiting on, so enjoy the jams for a moment, and then we'll talk to Paul Herzog. Get my dinner from a garbage can. All right, now
Good evening, basketball fans. On behalf of the Illinois High School Association and the City of Peoria, welcome to America's original March Madness. Tonight's Class AA third place game in Carver Arena features the Harvey Thornton Wildcats, a record of 31-1, and the Rockford Boylan Titans, a record of 31-3. Let's meet the starting lineups. For Thornton, at a forward, a 6'5" senior, 32, Napoleon Harris. At a forward for Rockford Boylan, a 6'2" senior, 00, Craig Hobson. The other forward for the Wildcats, a 6'5" senior, 44, Eric Herring. And the other forward for the Titans, a 6'4" senior, 32, Kurt Vavra. The Thornton center, a 6'10" senior, 33, Melvin Eli. The Boylan center, a 6'7" junior, number 40, Damir Krupalia. At a guard for Thornton, a 6'2" junior, number 10, Taman Holloway. And a guard for Boylan, 6'2" sophomore, number 12, Joe Tully. The other guard for the Wildcats, a 5'11" senior, number 11, Antoine Randall L. The other guard for the Titans, a 6'1" senior, 23, Nicholas Zachary. Head coach for Thornton, Rocky Hill. A career record of 91-4 in 3 years.
Lineup brought to you by Country Companies Insurance. Let's take a look at it. Rocky Hill, 3 of those 4 losses have come at the hands of Peoria Manual. One of them earlier today in the semifinals. Last time you'll see this imposing starting lineup for the Thornton Wildcats. And for Rockford Boylan, the normal starting group. The seniors in there, Nicholas Zachary, Kurt Vavra, and Craig Hobson. And of course, Yvonne Simmons is with us. She's standing by the baseline. Yvonne?
Hey, Jim, you talked about this game being about attitude, and that's exactly right. And Coach Gores from Rockford Boylan has the right one. He approached his team, especially his seniors. He talked to them about going out the right way, taking out pride in this game, taking out the last game and going out with the win. His whole team has that attitude today. He said they didn't play well this afternoon, and we got to go out and just do the job today. Back to you.
Only 4 basketball teams in the entire state of Illinois finished the year with a win. The A champion, the 3rd place A, the double A champ, and the winner of this game. And our officials for today's game, Stephen McGrath from Rock Falls and Thomas Starr from Rock Falls. So hope all the folks in Rock Falls enjoy the officiating tonight.
No doubt. But I tell you what, when you think about the approach and playing a game like this, what about the coaches? Where are they mentally set?
Norm, that's why, one of the reasons why I like this game, because to me, the talent is neutralized by the attitude. And sometimes you see really incredible things in this game because all of a sudden it's more about attitude than it is about talent.
Yeah, it's a pride thing now.
You know, how do you want to go out in your final game? Do you want to go out mailing it in and taking a loss, or do you want to play hard one more time and take it out with a win? Eli wins the opening tip. And Antoine Randall, he's playing in his final game. The only player on the floor for Thornton right now that will be back next year is Tamon Holloway. And he'll take the first shot of the game, and that one goes in and out. Kupali with the rebound down the floor. Here goes Joe Tully, a sophomore, had it knocked away. So you've seen the underclassmen having a good game here so far in the first 15 seconds.
Well, I tell you what, the matchups of the big fellas is going to be something to watch if indeed they play to form and how they approach the game.
That one didn't go down. Krapalia comes up with his 2nd rebound.
I'm telling you, he's going to be in the backcourt with Tony Kukos with the Bulls soon.
And he can handle the ball. Zachary, he'll load up a 3, and that one wouldn't go. Pulled down by Hobson. In the lane, in traffic, off glass. That one wouldn't go. Krapalia battling. Nearly took it away from Herring. And Krapalia says, look what I found.
Well, I tell you what, I like the approach by both teams. Both teams are hustling and banging.
Joe Tully had it knocked away, got it back. That was blocked by Eli. Out of bounds, last touch by one of the Titans. It will go back to Thornton. Steve Gores looking for his team to finish 32-3. And
still incredible record.
Thing is, 10 years from now, when these guys get together for the reunion, they'll go, man, we were 32-3 our senior year. We had a great year. Eli, baseline jumper, that won't go. Tully, who's a sophomore and who has been all over the place in this tournament, hustling, making big plays, got the rebound, and then the drive to the hoop by Zachary.
I tell you, I still feel that the big letdown would be more in Thornton's area because of the hype and the predictions of them being right there. And I tell you, not getting to the final might be more of a letdown than I think Rockford Boylan.
Out of bounds off the hands of Napoleon Harris. The ball will go back to Rockford Boylan. I think from a physical standpoint, too, Norm, Thornton only finished playing that game a few hours ago.
Oh, that's got to be brutal.
Hobson to Krapalia. Krapalia, Eli says, get it out of here.
Yep, with ease and with the nonchalant approach, too. Yep, nope, you don't make it.
Holloway, three-pointer on the way, and he had it on the money all the way.
Boy, look down. You had your wide receiver gone.
Holloway's 49th three-pointer of the year. 3-2, Thornton leads it by 1. Another thing you usually see in third-place games, Tully takes the jumper, and that's good for 3, is you normally see it take a little while for the teams to get it going. For one thing, they got to work out those cramps and the soreness out of the legs from the game earlier today, and just it does. I think it takes you a little while mentally to get over your disappointment and realize, hey, we're in a ball game again.
You got to emotionally get back into it. Because you just left, and maybe, and both teams on the disappointment of being here as far as playing in this game. But then you have to bring the emotion back up again.
Krupalia's first foul.
She had a little taste of what it's like to be in the NBA. So right away you got to play again.
Yeah, you know what exactly, Norm, because you don't have the travel and everything involved, but the mental fatigue that can come in from playing in the NBA, I think is a thing you get in this game after having come back to loss. But once again, I think it's a mark of character for a team to win this game.
No doubt about it. But one thing about the NBA, I don't care how much money he's making. Those guys are not going to play 2 games in one day.
Yeah.
So, you got to pay me more, man.
Antoine Randall L. took it off his hip pocket. Jumper on the way by Herring. That one rattled in
Had
and
a
out.
good look, but it didn't fall.
Harris tipped it up. Holloway got it back.
I like Holloway. I love the haircut. The hairstyle, I should say. Flashbacks to the 70s, buddy.
I wonder if he has 8-track tapes in his car. Jumper on the way. That one way off.
He's probably got a lava lamp and some Creed's Clearwater and a beanbag. That's all you need. And a friend named Matt Luke.
Krupalia, let's see. He goes up 6 rows, says hello to some of the fans.
Hey, I like it.
I'll tell you what, though. In the early going, it looks like some guys are having some fun in this thing, and that's good, too. Steve Gore's team up by 2 as we hit our first break. 4:52 remaining in the first quarter. Rocky Hill and his team trying to finish the season at 32-1, which would be no doubt one of the better marks in the country. Let's watch Krupalia and Eli go at it here. They've been banging a little bit here as they're trying to get set up. Krupalia fronting Eli right now. Thornton trailing by 2. And what did I tell you? This time the battle inside was Danny DeMario trying to fight his way through a pick, and he's a senior that got into the game very quickly.
Foul number 10, Danny DeMario.
DeMario came in for Zachary. Field goal shooting so far, and as we mentioned, it takes everybody a little while to get, there's a lot of things that take time to get warmed up in a third place game. Normally it takes the crowd a while to get warmed up, takes the players a little while.
Well, the enthusiasm is gone from the crowd that comes in. It's just more a moral support at this point. You got your loyalists. I mean, you're going to be there, but you know, it's got to be. It's just a human nature. It's a letdown from what you really expected and want your team to be and where you wanted them to be.
Antoine Randall L. gets the roll, and that one goes in.
If nothing else, Jim, it builds character.
Yeah, exactly. I think this is a very valuable game to play in. DeMario drives to the bucket, didn't get it. Tully missed the shot, got the rebound, goes back up strong and got 2.
I tell you, for a person of his size, he definitely has an inside game that when he's around that ball, he makes things happen. He comes away with points.
And he'll be around for 2 more years. He's a sophomore. Man, does he play hard.
Oh, man.
Antoine Randall L. jumper. That one hit the front of the rim. And long down the court and a little bit too long for Tully.
Now, I like this now. I don't know. I got to find this out. Is he left-handed or not? Because he threw that. I mean, he just grabbed and threw it because it was in his left hand. And that was a heck of a throw.
William Maple comes into the game for Thornton. Holloway goes out. So right now, Rocky Hill has 5 seniors on the floor.
Good gesture.
Maple looking, puts it in the corner. Eric Herring. That one was a little strong, but Eli right there to clean it up.
No doubt.
DeMario pushes it back up the floor the other way. Game tied at 7. DeMario goes to Tully.
Yeah, Eric Herring's got some hops in his game, doesn't he?
Krupalia was free but didn't take the shot. Eli at 6'10" may have discouraged that thought.
That'll do it. You know,
yeah.
He'll put that out there and block a few.
And not only that, Melvin Eli can get off the deck, too.
Yes, he can.
That's going to be a foul on Eli. Now, when I was a senior in high school, our team played a third-place game in the conference tournament. I went to high school in the state of Colorado. We didn't have an open tournament like they have here in Illinois. But we lost in the semifinals and had to come back the next night and play in a third-place game. And I'll tell you what, it took us a while to get going. But the thing was, Norm, we played our arch rival in the game, and all of a sudden it dawned on us, wait a second, we got a chance to beat this team for the 3rd time this season, and no team in our school's history has ever done that. And by about halftime, all of a sudden, the game meant a lot to us. And another thing our coach did that I thought was great, we had 5 seniors on the team. He started all 5 of the seniors in spite of the fact that some of them weren't normal starters. Eli with the big jam on the baseline. Krupalia picks up his 2nd foul.
Give me one hop and bam, he took that down. Look at this play right here. Low penetration, beautiful pass. Hey, yes, that is outstanding. There you go. Nice penetration, kickoff. Every time you penetrate, something will happen. And that was a slam dunk.
Yeah, Melvin Eli can get it done.
Yes, he can.
Jerry Tarkanian certainly thinks so.
And I tell you what, he's going to a system that's very much similar to Thornton. You get it, you run, you play the game, and utilize the big man if you got athletic skills, ball handling skills, all those things that go hand in hand. we're playing for targets.
Speaking of a big man with ball handling skills, Krupalia got it back. What a dish on the baseline, and the finish by Kurt Vavra.
Tell you, remind me of Tony Kukoc. He truly reminds me of Tony. I think he likes to mix it up a little more, though.
Boylan leads it by 1.
It's a difference in size.
Eli.
Nice move, nice pass.
Eli with 7. Thornton leading it by 1. 3-pointer on the way by Hobson. That's no good. DeMario was there for the rebound.
I think Hobson predetermined he was going to shoot that jumper from the minute he got his hands on it.
Hobson turns, fires. That one rattled in and out. Thornton now on the run. Herring mishandled it and traveled. And you know what? That is the best move I've seen in the tournament all week. William Maple doing a handstand to avoid falling over Danny DeMario.
The cartwheel. He's a trip. He cartwheel over. I tell you what, Steve Gores is a little upset at Hobson. I can tell you right now. He's a little upset because he knows that Craig Hobson just took the ball down a couple times, just fired away.
Krupalia with the ball. Boylan trailing by 1.
This is where it's tough because you're going to get some. Much as we want to talk about coming, being dedicated, playing the game, you guys just go, hey, I want my points too.
Yeah.
And Hobson definitely showed the signs of that right there.
I'm a senior, man. I'm going out with 30.
Right, I'm going out. I've got to admit, my senior year in college, I did the same thing in my last game.
How many did you score?
50.
What was your field goal percentage?
Against Geneva College. So there's a small school that we played, and I did. I had 50. I left the game 50.
Here comes Antoine Randall. Melvin Eli double teamed. Oh,
good move.
Now I talked about the move that William Maple made a moment ago. Take a look at this handstand that William Maple performs. Watch this. Coming from behind you, right of your screen, watch him go over Danny DeMario.
He did one of them. Yeah.
Now that's athleticism, people.
That's using your mind and your brain, everything at the same time, tumbling. Beautiful little piece right there. Good work from the camera guys, too.
The free throw good by Eli.
See, Dave got his people on the ball around here, huh? Good go.
I still want to know what your shooting percentage was when you got the 50.
It wasn't good, you know. I didn't care. Yeah.
9 points for Melvin Eli.
It was not good.
Remember that? Well, I got another thought about guys loading it up and scoring a lot of points that you might remember. From the corner.
Nice
and
shot.
That's good for a 3-pointer for Joe Tully, his second of the game.
Got a kid to build on from there.
We are tied.
You got
14.
a couple people in the
Krupalia and Tully.
No doubt about it.
Tully's one of those tough kids you can't do without on a winning basketball team.
Plays like a senior. He's got that senior mentality.
He really does. Thornton moving the ball around, looking for the proper opportunity. Maple, jumper, good.
That's a sweet jumper.
Remember the last day of the NBA season? I think it was the first year the ABA teams were in when David Thompson went for, 65 in an afternoon game, and George Gervin went for 78 to win the scoring title later that night.
They did. They brought all the rules in when they brought that in 76, that merger. Good defense. You're not coming in here shooting too often. The way Eli can block shots, and that's what happened there.
Sackmaster into the game for Boylan. Krupalia kicked it out. Sackmaster got it back to Krupalia, trying to get a move to get free.
Nice
and
pass.
What a beautiful assist. Sackmaster with the bucket, but Krupalia with the assist.
And if you move without the ball, this big fella will get you the ball. But the defense was there. Eli's not going to let any of that come in here.
A bucket gives Thornton the lead. Antoine Randall goes up, and it would have counted if it had gone. But tell you what, folks.
Got a game.
Yeah, 16-16. End
Start
of the
all
first
over again.
quarter in the third place game here at the Class AA tournament. Jim Blaney and Norm Van Leer along with Yvonne Simmons. This is the third place game in Class AA, and Norm and I have figured out the secret to winning here in Peoria. All you have to do is wear the dark jerseys. All 6 teams that have worn the darker jerseys in this tournament, and you may remember Warsaw last week, they won the title. They were the visiting team all the way through. And just for reference, Thornton is the visitor in this game. Peoria Manual will be the visitors in the game later on tonight. So
good odds.
Antoine Randall gives it up. Maple jumper. That one's off the back of the rim. Took a high bounce, and Danny DeMario, the smallest guy on the floor, came away with the rebound. DeMario had it knocked away by Randall, and then he committed the foul.
Good hustle. Going after it. Yeah, you see the replay coming down, a little stab. Let me go after this. This is what we always do. And don't quit. Don't give up. Might have got away with that. A little poke and put his hand back and go for it.
Roy Sackmaster will inbound.
That's Sackmaster.
Love him. Backup quarterback, though. That's,
yeah.
Got to work on that up there at Boylan. Krupalia turns, couldn't get rid of Eli, went to the baseline, nearly had it kicked away. DeMario puts on a move, finds Sackmaster. He'll take the screen. Good job of moving up by Harris. Sackmaster puts it up. That one wouldn't go, and Eli holds the rebound high over everybody else's head. Nice move by Herring. He comes down the lane. Beautiful pass on the baseline. Holloway, I think, had it knocked away as he put it up. Herring just absolutely hammered Krupalia.
No doubt about it. Yeah, just dipped his shoulder in there, and he went forward, and boom.
Second foul on Eric Herring.
I think he was surprised when he hit behind the one of his own men, and then when he got an opening, he was right there. And I think Herring was definitely surprised that the big fellow was down there waiting for him.
Dan Newman comes into the game for Rockford Boylan. He qualified for the state track meet last year, a high jump of 6'5".
Wow. It's getting up a little bit.
He's jumping 1 inch. He's 6'4", so he
should be able to jump your height, right?
Clear the box 1 inch higher than he is. I know I can't high jump 6'2".
Depends on what's chasing.
Maybe hurdle it, right?
Right.
Krupalia was fouled by Eli, and for Melvin Eli, that's his first personal foul.
You'd be surprised at how you can jump and run when there's fear behind you.
And that is the 4th team foul on the Thornton Wildcats.
It's been a minute plus that no one scored.
Yeah, we've been tied at 16 since the end of the first quarter. And here comes the steal.
Change that, I think.
Napoleon Harris decides to lay it in.
Napoleon Harris.
And it's amazing that the fans expected from breakaways everybody to dunk one, no matter what the situation is.
Well, after this game here, Rocky Hill will no longer be the coach of Napoleon Harris. He will now call Gary Barnett coach after this game. Go to play football at Northwestern. Mario gave it up. Hobson gives to Krupalia. He's quickly double teamed. Holloway couldn't get the ball. Sackmaster, 3, got it.
Say that was a bomb, huh?
Yeah, the quarterback pushed one in there, didn't he?
Terry Bradshaw look.
Speaking of quarterbacks, Antoine Randall getting ready to come back in. 5:58 remaining in the second quarter. Boylan leads it by 1, and we're going to get a double dribble call on Maple. And he doesn't agree with the call.
And no one agrees. You know, double dribble. No, I didn't.
Rocky Hill looking on the floor at his contingent for the last time, and Steve Gores with a lot of quality seniors as well.
What a quality coach he is. I love Rocky Hill.
Roy Sackmaster, guarded by Herring. Sackmaster wanted to go down the lane, turned, leaned over his man, that wouldn't go. Tipped up the rebound for a second, and now here comes Maple. Check that, it's Randall dished it off and just had it flat stolen by Hobson. He came right into the passing lane.
You could see it coming. You see the development getting ready to take place.
Boylan leading by 1. They have the ball. Bullet pass. Newman finishes it off.
Good pass by Hobson.
Dan Newman, another one of the seniors for Rockford Boylan.
I think when he was called to the bench, he was talked to in a matter of, we're not going to go out here one-on-one gunning. And that was an excellent pass by Hobson.
Randall was ready to toss it inside, but the foul is going to go on Dan Newman. That will be his first personal foul. Nicholas Zachary getting ready to come in for Rockford Boylan. And Brandon Parker, a 6'3" sophomore, will go in as well. Dan DeMario will come out of the lineup.
There's a nice little battle going on there.
And
with Eli and
Krupalia is going to go and take a seat for a little while. So now we're going to have Eli matched up against Brandon Parker. Eli, oh, what a great inbounds play. Herring with the jam. Norm just drew on his tie.
Got me excited.
Norm wanted to write something down. He tried to write it on his tie.
Oh, yeah. get a little excited, you know.
Parker had it knocked away. This time it's Harris, and he was fouled by Parker.
Tried to jam it, didn't quite get it done.
You know, that's another thing, too, as this game goes on. What really might get entertaining here is these Thornton guys can just flat get up in the air. And we could see some highlight reel stuff before this one is over.
I'm sure you will.
Here's the inbounds play.
There
Watch
you go.
this. Antoine Randall L. actually throws us a little bit over the backboard. Eric Herring with the slam. 4:41 remaining in the second quarter. Boylan leads it 21-20. Herring, Eli, and Harris trying to go out 92-4, averaging 45 points per game combined so far this season. And Norm is still working on the tie here courtside, trying to get it cleaned off.
What can I say, man? It's a bad move.
Thornton inbound.
Man.
Boylan leading it by 1. Antoine Randall L. with the ball. Here's Melvin Eli, a long way away from the hoop. Eli has Newman on him now. Eli wants the ball. Eli gets the ball. Eli shoots the ball. Eli didn't get the rebound.
Boy, Newman's he's paddling. He said, I want a piece of him.
And
he's
Parker
hustling.
Was grabbed as he went out of bounds. The foul is going to be called on Napoleon Harris. That's his first personal foul.
Foul 32, Napoleon Harris, his first team foul number 5.
Let's go to Yvonne Simmons.
You guys, I just have a quick note of what Coach Gore talked to his team about offensively. They need to make the easy passes. They want to see more fakes. Pass it to the person, make sure they're going to play defense. Use those fakes to let them fly, and they should be okay. But he's tired of the turnovers. No more turnovers.
Yeah, they had a lot of turnovers in their semifinal game, and that's what cost them the ball game against West Aurora. Entry pass, jumper, nearly swatted away by Herring. Loose ball comes out. Maple couldn't get to it. He's waiting for the ball to get there. Parker came up with it. Sackmaster open for a 3. Eyes, fires, hits.
Oh, boy, deadly when he said, huh?
Roy Sackmaster with 8 points in the game. Boylan leads it by 4. And if you saw the first quarter between Thornton and Peoria Manual and the first quarter between Thornton and Hinsdale Central, you know how explosive these guys can be.
Oh, no
Jumper
doubt.
on the way. That might have been partially blocked.
Yeah, it was. And Newman, you know, he's added a different approach in there. Very physical, banging around.
3 maybe? No, that one wouldn't go. Here comes
down in there,
Maple.
too.
Now the running game begins. Where will he go? Harris on the left wing. What a great job of avoiding Newman.
With a hesitation and hang time in the air, and got the 2 points.
2-point lead for Boylan. Parker down the baseline, and what a great job by Herring. Knocked it up in the air, then caught it himself. Antoine Randall L. decides to pull it out, play a little half-court offense.
Well, I'll tell you what, Brandon Parker just put his head down and drove through. Helter-skelter.
Eli triple team, got rid of it, but he was fouled, and Sackmaster was in the neighborhood. Let's see if the call is on him. It is. It's his first.
And when the whistle blew, I got to admit this. I thought it was an illegal zone. I forgot where I was. Yeah, there was a foul. Yep.
Eli is scheduled to shoot a 1-1.
Eli will go to the line and shoot. Let's see.
Yeah. he just put his head down and went in there. Dribbled in there, and yeah, Brandon, he was determined to go to the basket. Coach Gores is just putting him in and out. You know, he's substituting everyone.
Eli 3 of 3 on the line in this game so far. 2:58 to go in the second quarter.
I think he's going to be a great college ball player.
Well, the thing I like, Norm, is he's shown an ability to shoot free throws in the tournament. I don't understand why his free throw percentage is 53% for the year.
Oh, he's dead. Maybe he's not. Oh, 53% for the year. I was going to say.
Yeah, but in the tournament, he's been very, very good.
He's limping a little bit now. I got to tell you, those legs have got to be tired from what he brings to the table.
Sackmaster, the mad gunner, put up another one. That one didn't go. Eli showing a little ball handling ability. Dumped it off on the baseline for Antoine Randall L. Jumper from the corner. That's good for a 3-pointer, Eric Herring.
Come in this corner, hit this. Let's play a little horse. That's what that was.
60th 3-pointer for Eric Herring this year.
That's how long and how much time he had to pose up to hit that shot.
I don't think Sackmaster's going to shoot a 3 this trip.
Well, after 3 in a row, he made the first one.
You know what, Norm? So many times you hear big men get criticized for putting the ball on the floor, but there was a case where it helped Krupalia to get rid of Eli a little bit by putting the ball on the floor and then making his move. That was nice.
Yeah, there's certain situations you got to do it. And he did it well that time.
Boylan trailing by 1. Thornton with the ball. Eric Herring on Sackmaster. Gives it out. Antoine Randall L. 3-pointer on the way. That one wouldn't go. Herring got the rebound. That wouldn't go down, and then Hobson came away with the rebound.
Good team rebounding there. They boxed out and hit certain people, intimidate the shot, and Hobson came in and did an excellent job in rebounding that, coming back and helping his teammates.
Boylan could take the lead with a basket, and Eli was pushed. And for Melvin Eli, that's going to be his second personal foul.
Foul number 6 on Thornton.
Eli's definitely limping around as if his legs were aching or something's going on here. Nice post up. Did push from behind. You got to call that. And that was before the block, before he put the legs in there. A little push.
Joe Tully comes back into the game. Rocky Hill's team leading by 1. Hobson to inbound. Gives to Krapalia. Tully looks inside. Barbara had it knocked away. Got it back, put up the shot. That wouldn't go. The rebound pulled down by Napoleon Harris. Antoine Randall slows it up just a little bit. Thornton leading by 1. And if Thornton is a little bit gassed, and by the way the guys are all bending over and putting their hands on their knees, it looks like they are. It's a good move by Rocky Hill to just pull the ball out, let his guys get a little bit of a breather to get the last shot of the half. And the crowd's going to really start getting angry here in a moment.
Yeah. Well, I still say this is the most difficult thing to do, is play one. You can turn around and play again that afternoon, toward the evening, regardless.
1 minute and a half.
I totally agree with this move. I think Rocky Hill is doing the exact right thing. And I'll tell you what, Steve Gores doesn't disagree with it either, because he's not sending his guys out to challenge on offense yet either.
I like to see these people back here get up and play 2 games in a row.
Exactly. This is the right thing to do. I wholeheartedly agree with
setting some tavern playing a doubleheader with that. Come on, let them play. These kids played hard, buddy.
You know what? We were talking about it after the earlier semifinal games, and it was brought up by our social director, Matt Luke, that if he was West Aurora in the championship game, he should get the lead and then sit around the rest of the night on Peoria Manual.
No doubt.
20 seconds left in the quarter.
Pull out the beanbags and center court.
Okay, we're time to play basketball now.
Yeah, that's what you have to do.
Thornton leading by 1. Antoine Randall got the screen from Eli, kicked it out. Herring, 3-pointer, that's good.
Excellent basketball.
Exactly. And perfect execution by the Thornton Wildcats. If that goes, it's a miracle. Wow. Had it online, but a little bit too much club for Nicholas Zachary. I'll tell you what, it's been an entertaining half of basketball here in the 3rd place game. The Thornton Wildcats go into the locker room. They lead by 4, 30-26. And Yvonne Simmons is standing by with Rocky Hill. Yvonne?
Coach Hill, we know your team can explode at any minute. You talked about your adjustments in the second half.
Well, I mean, we're not playing with much emotion right now. We were afraid this could happen after leaving so much emotion on the floor in the earlier game. But, you know, our kids have a lot of character, and I know we're going to come out and play well in the second half.
Okay, thank you. Jim, back to you.
All right, Yvonne, thank you very much. And Thornton leading by 4 here at the half. And Steve Cashel is coming up next over the March Madness Experience.
Halftime of our 3rd place game here in Peoria. Thornton right now leading Rockford Boylan 30-26. You got a feel for Thornton being probably emotionally drained after losing to Peoria Manual just hours ago. Boylan coming off that loss to West Aurora. And inside the Peoria Civic Center, right next to Carver Arena, it is the exhibit hall and the March Madness Experience. That's right. Hundreds of people have turned out, and right there on center stage, we've got a little magician doing his thing. Everyone's having fun here in Peoria for the IHSA Class AA Boys Basketball Championships. And Steve Cashel back inside the exhibit hall, and we welcome everybody back to Peoria now. And coming up between games, we've got a couple of interesting competitions. It's going to be the slam dunk competition and the 3-point contest, and we call it the King of the Hill down here at the IHSA State Tournament. The slam dunk competition features Lonnie Hammond from Young taking on Tim West from Providence St. Mel. I should say Lonnie Holland from Young taking on Tim West from Providence St. Mel, and they are the respective Class A and AA champions. Now the 3-point showdown, it's Dane Luke from Milford High School. He is the Class A champion of the 3-point shootout, taking on Eric Channing from Wheaton Warrenville South, who just this afternoon won the 3-point championship in Class AA. So we'll see who's king of the hill right after this 3rd place game. Again, Thornton leading Rockford Boylan right now 30-26 at halftime. When we come back, we'll take a closer look inside the March Madness experience. Stay with us as our coverage of the IHSA Championships continues here on Sports Channel. Time for second half action of the third place game. For analysis of the first half, let's go back to the play-by-play team. Once again, Jim Blaney, Norm Van Leer, gentlemen.
Hey, Cash, thanks a lot. And we saw some great individual efforts here in the opening half, and the highlights will back up what we have to say, including all the stars coming to play like stars in this one. Melvin Eli came up with a block in the early going, and we're going to see him go for a three-point opportunity.
Oh, yeah.
Javon Holloway. After a little bit of a break.
Got the break, you got it going, and give it up. I got it. Flashback from the 70s and the hairstyle. Okay.
And then Joe Tully comes in,
Tough
gets the
kid.
rebound on the weak side, puts it back up and in.
Back again.
And then here we go. Here's how Thornton has made the living the last 4 years. Antoine Randall L dishing it off on the baseline to Melvin Eli. And then Krupalia, beautiful pass here.
No doubt about it. You give and go, get it in low, post it, boom, and it's there. That time it was all tied, 16-16, and that remained a little while.
Second quarter, Napoleon Harris steps into the passing lane. He'll take it the distance and decided a little finger roll would be good enough. And Dan Newman, one of the seniors playing this game for Rockford Boylan, with a nice bucket here.
No doubt about it. Hobson, a good pass. After a little lecture on the bench, and he came in and threw a beautiful pass.
Here's the play of the first half, though. Antoine Randall L throws the inbounds pass over the backboard. Eric Herring slams it home, and that's a look at the opening half highlights. Our score, 30-26, Thornton has the lead. As for the stats in the opening half, yeah, we've had even half of basketball. We've had some pretty even stats, but the only difference, Norm, is the fact that Boylan did not get to the free throw line.
Well, it's one of those situations that they're taking the outside shot and moving the ball a little bit. And when they did get fouled, it was not active shooting.
When we come back, we'll have the second half of the third place game from Peoria. Yvonne standing by with Steve Gores. Yvonne?
Coach Gores, what you just tell him right now in the huddle?
I say you got to watch for Thornton coming out, you know, with a little fire, and we have to take care of the tempo of the game. Make sure they every shot they get is going to be worked for, and keep them off the boards best we can. Then come down the other end and make sure we have great shot selection. We had pretty good shot selection, but not where we want to be. We could even be better than we were the first half.
Thank you, Jim. That sums it up.
Thanks, Yvonne. And there's Mayor Jim Maloof of Peoria. Now, he's obviously a Peoria Manual fan, which, you know, that's what you have to be. But I want to point something out. He's been here for almost every minute of every game the last 2 weekends, and I think that's the sign of a gracious host. And the people in Peoria have been great, and they take a cue from the mayor because, as I say, you would expect him to be here for the Peoria Manual games, but he's been here throughout the tournament, which I think is a really, really great thing to do.
I've had a great time.
And Thornton having a great time with Eric Herring shooting a three-pointer from the corner to open up the second half.
That sounded like it looked like it didn't want to go in, but boom, it did.
Trying to answer on the other end was Rockford Boylan. They couldn't do it. Thornton leads by 7. And we're in the throes of maybe Thornton going on a run here. And Hobson hammered to the floor Eric Herring, but it's going to be an offensive foul.
Yeah, he charged. He went in there with some good position. You can see the replay right here. He established good position, at least by what I've seen. And I tell you, he went in, boom, ran him over.
Sackmaster back into the game for Hobson.
Sackmaster. It's like somebody gave him that name. And I'm telling you, Hobson took the shot from the corner, of course, immediately was not pleased with that.
33-26. Thornton with the lead. Boylan with the ball. Krupalia put on the floor, nearly had it taken away by Holloway. Zachary tried to adjust his shot, had it taken away by Randall L for a moment. Zachary continued on, and boy, as soon as he put up that first one, he knew it wasn't going to get there.
I'm telling you right now, Zachary has not been in this game. Doesn't feel like he wants to be here. You can see it all over his face.
Warning is issued. Delay of game warning against Boylan.
And that was Zachary who got the delay of game warning.
He is not. He doesn't want to be here. You can see it on his face.
7:06 remaining here in the third quarter.
I can understand an emotional letdown and wanting to be in the championship, but hey, you come out here, go play.
Antoine Randall L put it over Krupalia and got 2. And now Zachary again with the ball. Had it taken away by Antoine Randall L, and Antoine makes the right call.
And you see, you don't see that, Norman, and that's a mental thing. Doesn't want to be here.
And he will inbound right in front of Norm. Norm, it's your man. Go get him.
Hey. Rip that jersey off you.
Holloway gives to Randall L. Randall L uses the screen from Eli to get free. 2 in a row, no. Rebound, pulled down by Harris. Faked once, goes up. Ooh, couldn't get the bucket, but did get fouled. And the foul will go on Krupalia. That will be number 3 on him. Check that foul on 33. Sackmaster, his second.
This is one of those things, you know, you call your troops together, Jim. You pull everybody in here. Maybe you run some people in and out, find out those who want to play. Then you put them on the court and let them go. I know you're dealing with kids, but, you know, you got to go out and at least make an attempt to play the game.
Harris on the foul line hits his opening free throw. And tonight we are seeing the end of an era in Thornton High School basketball. These guys have just been wonderful to watch the last 4 years. Harris had the rebound for a second. Goes down to the floor. Bobber came up with it for just a moment, lost it out of bounds. It goes back to Thornton. And Thornton now an opportunity to push their lead into double digits. Steve Gores is just trying everything he can do just to get his team kick-started. They have come out very sluggish here in the second half. And with the way this Thornton team is, man, if they smell blood, they could put up 15 points on the board on you in a hurry. Randall L. Gave it off for Herring. Now Randall L. will get the screen from Harris. Goes the opposite way. Gave it back to Harris. Had a little bit of trouble making the catch. Had to kick it back out. Harris, second opportunity. Works on Krupalia. Goes up. Gets 2.
Not bad. Good play. A hustle. And at the same time, I'm trying to sit here and bring out all the positive in a game situation like this. But just play the kids that want to play right now.
And that jumper is good. So Nicholas Zachary has 6 points now in the game. Boylan down by 8. You know, I think, Norm, in a game like this, you got to almost rely on the players to kick their other teammates in the butt a little bit and get them going if they're having a hard time getting motivated here. There's got to be a little peer pressure involved in this.
Well, yeah. Like I said, you're dealing with kids, and you got to deal with that. But then there's pride on the line, and that's why I think a game like this is so tough, because I know you have to be thinking about you could be playing the next game right now. There's just no doubt about it. This crowd is building up. The crowd's coming in here. And you don't hear a whole lot of cheering and intent from the crowd because they're waiting for the next game. It's tough. It's got to be absolutely tough.
Krupalia working on Eli. Krupalia had to adjust the shot, and Eli still got it. Turnaround, Barbara off glass. That wouldn't go. Krupalia had it for a moment. Sackmaster comes up with it. He'll spot for a 3. That one hit the front of the rim. And the rebound came down to Herring, and Sackmaster gets the sack.
Yes, he does. As you see, the Sackmaster. And having fun somewhat.
Actually, they're going to have to give Sackmaster half a sack on that one because Krupalia was there too. He got the foul, his third.
He didn't get full credit, huh?
No. It's one of those half sacks.
Yeah, I like this. How could you have a half sack, huh?
Derek Fomby, a 5'9" junior, checks into the game. He will replace Tamon Holloway.
I wonder who his favorite player is. Wearing number 23.
Isn't it amazing? On almost every high school basketball team you see now, there's always a 23.
No doubt.
Did you know that I had 23 long before Michael Jordan did?
Did you know?
Junior high hoop, I had number 23.
I had 23 for the Bulls before Michael Jordan did.
So were you the last one to wear 23 before Michael did?
I think after me there was a couple people. Jackie Dinkins, the late Jackie Dinkins, and a couple others.
4:48 remaining in the third quarter. Thornton leading Rockford Boylan by 8. Thornton leading Rockford Boylan 38-30 in our third place game. And one of the things you like to see in tournament play is that the seniors come to play. And I think you can say the Thornton Wildcats have done that. They're averaging 50 points among the 4 seniors: Eric Herring, Melvin Eli, Harris, and Antoine Randall L. And all 4 of those guys are all set for next year. Randall L. going to Indiana, Harris going to Northwestern, Eli to Fresno State, and Eric Herring to Bowling Green. And I'll tell you what, Norm, the MAC is a great physical basketball league. I think Eric Herring is going to thrive in that league.
No doubt. I mean, it's one of the first places I went to visit was Ohio University. And then like Miami at the time, Miami of Ohio, that is.
Krupalia hits. We've got it down to a 6-point game right now. And Thornton trying to add back onto their lead. Eli and Antoine Randall L. working a little give and go. That one didn't go. And the rebound pulled down by Joe Tully. And here comes Nicholas Zachary. Zachary lost it. Antoine Randall L. Boys, he got great hands. Here comes Randall L. Moves to the middle of the floor. Goes to Eli. Krupalia is going to get the foul. That is going to be number 4 on Demir Krupalia.
Yeah, I know Randall L. has great hands, but there's just a lack of interest on the part of Zachary, Nicholas Zachary, and just too bad. Right now, he just got to come and play because he doesn't lose the ball as often as he's doing it right now. And that's just lack of concentration in the situation he's in.
The discipline of Thornton on the break, Norm, is fascinating because as soon as the ball starts heading up the floor on the break, all of a sudden there goes the guard to the middle of the floor. The 2 forwards or the center can fill in those wings, and it's almost watching the Lakers run.
Well, no doubt about it, but that's coaching, and it's also playing together for a number of years. This is a senior-laden team, and they know what to do. They know what to do. That's why they have the record they have.
Eli couldn't save it before he fell out of bounds. So Rockford Boylan with a pretty big possession coming right here. 38-32. Thornton has the lead. 3:58 remaining in the third quarter. The buzz is starting to build in the crowd as they anticipate the title game coming up. Tom Dorr and David Kaplan will have it for you as soon as we are done. Peoria Manual taking on West Aurora. Antoine Randall L. nearly another steal.
And it's 4 possessions in a row, other than the shot that he's taken on the open, that he has lost the ball and challenge.
Royce Sackmaster is going to inbound. Maple comes in, Fomby goes out.
And somewhere along the lines, you got to suck up and get some pride about this. You know, I mean, I'm not going to let guy come down and take the ball from me. I'm a premier ball handler. 4 times in a row, you almost steal it.
Zachary on Randall L. He's going one-on-one, goes up and got the roll.
All right.
Zachary with 8. He's the leading scorer, free throw shooter, and 3-point percentage shooter for Rockford Boylan. The lead right now is 4 for Thornton. Eli goes to the baseline, got around Varva, made the pass to Harris. Antoine Randall L. got
Did he run that down or what?
Man, is he quick.
Woo! He ran that down, stopped in the dime.
For those of you who may not have ever had the pleasure of seeing this guy play quarterback in the football field, you really missed something because he's special. I honestly believe, Norm, that Antoine Randall L. may be the best athlete in the state of Illinois.
He could be, and he reminds me of Charlie Ward as far as his speed and what he brought to the table for Florida State. Man.
And we should point out for Steve Cashel that it was Antoine Randall L. and Thornton that knocked Maine South out of the state football playoffs earlier this year.
Remind Steve of that.
Cash being a Maine South grad. And William Maple adds to his point total. Thornton's lead back up to 6. Zachary, 3-pointer on the way. That one hit the back of the iron, and the rebound pulled down nicely by Maple. Oh, what a move with the basketball. Maple going in, lays it up with a slam, put away by Melvin Eli.
Wow. Little display of some excitement right there.
3-pointer from the corner. That one won't go. Rebound is pulled down by Eric Herring, and here come the Wildcats again. Although Antoine Randall L. looked up and saw 5 white shirts, so he'll walk up the floor now.
Good smart play right there. But I tell you what, can you sense the heating up of Thornton?
Yes.
Sense something getting ready to happen here?
Eric Herring, jumper on the way, and that one's good.
Herring.
And as I say, Norm, one thing we might see with Thornton, if they start to get ahead in this game, we may see some showtime. Because I'll tell you what, if the seniors on this team really want to go out with a game to remember for Thornton, why not put some things in the highlight reel that people will show for years to come?
No doubt about
Seriously, and, you know, and I'm sure Rocky Hill will let them do it within reason, too. Why not? These guys have been a great team. Let them go out and have a little fun in their last half of high school basketball. 1:53 remaining. Well, we're not, because this won't make the highlights. But this time, Boylan's going to come out and play a little defense.
That's the whole idea.
Herring gives it off in the baseline. That one wouldn't go. The swat by Harris goes in.
Just like I said before, I like to see some of these people come out and play 2 games, run up and down the court, do it to them. Somewhere along the way, you got to pace yourself and come up with, all right, rest a little bit.
Zachary, who's been playing very well the last 3 or 4 trips down the floor, couldn't hit as he switched hands, and here comes another alley-oop, but a nice stick back by Herring. The pass wasn't exactly where he wanted it. Down the floor the other way. Zachary spun away from Antoine Randall L.
Zachary answered.
Good move.
Now we're heating up. 48-36 Thornton. They lead by 12. Norm, I think one thing we may be seeing here is Thornton, if they can draw out Boylan and play a full half-court game, it's certainly to their advantage.
Oh, yeah, they got the one-on-one spin moves and going to the hoop, making things happen, of course. That's where you spread out. But right here, he's just wise. You want to rest a little bit. Got the clock. You milked the clock. Just played a game earlier.
And a layup by Maple, because keep in mind, folks, the object of the game is still to win.
Absolutely. And also to have some legs left down the stretch run.
And Rocky Hill is keeping that in mind. I think some of the fans in Peoria may be forgetting that.
Well, if you got 2 grains of mind, maybe you'd learn to know the game of basketball.
Newman for a 3. Dan Newman, that's just his second three-pointer of the year, but he's 50%, 2 of 4. 15 seconds remaining in the quarter. Boylan down by 11. Thornton with the ball. Whoops, that hit Harris.
Yes, it did.
Here comes Zachary. And he had it blocked from behind, clean by Antoine Randall. Now Harris going the other way. Eli, give me the ball.
No good.
No bucket.
Shouldn't be any good. Second too late.
After 3 quarters.
Well, you know what, though? It didn't count, but it sure was fun to watch.
No doubt about it.
Eli has a smile on his face as the third quarter comes to an end. The Thornton Wildcats leading 50-39 at the end of 3.
Thanks to
Ready for the fourth quarter here in Peoria from Carver Arena. Jim Blaney along with Norm Van Leer and Yvonne Simmons. This is the third place game in this year's Class AA basketball tournament. Thornton leading 50-39, and Norm, I think if Thornton can get ahead by just a little bit more, we're going to start seeing some highlight reels.
You may see that anyway. You just see it and feel it.
Sackmaster couldn't hit the 3. Antoine Randall with the rebound, and the foul is going to be called on Brandon Parker, his second.
Did he get up in the air for a young man?
Woo! The best athlete in the state of Illinois.
Man, did he
Say
get
it
up.
again.
his second team foul 4.
Now, I know there's guys that play more sports, but I'm telling you what, this guy is a performer. He's tough. And he's a competitor, keeps his head in the game, and
how well
guys who have been tough. Sackmaster playing hard, tipped it out of bounds.
Speaking of another quarterback.
Right, backup QB.
Yeah. Now tell me this: how well did they play Thornton by way of the football team?
Thornton they lost in the state semifinals. I believe they lost to Lincoln Way. And if the guys out in the truck can correct me if I'm wrong. I know they beat Maine South in the quarters.
Now,
they did beat Lincoln Way.
And what I'm trying to say is, in the reference to that, winning breeds winning. And when you're a winner, you just go at it in all sports.
And Bill Mosel has had a winning program at Thornton in football for a long, long time. Harris, hook, that wouldn't go. Battled for the rebound, couldn't get it. It comes out to Antoine Randall L.
I like that. Antoine Randall L.
Maple with the ball. Maple not seeing what he likes. Goes between the red seat. Dished it off, and Eli got that one, and that one counts.
Eli's coming. I'm telling you.
The Chicago Tribune is the official newspaper of the IHSA State Championship, so pick up the Chicago Tribune for complete coverage of Illinois high school sports. Turnover again on Rockford Boylan. Harris, Herring, he'll take it this time. Herring with 17 points in the game. 54-39, Thornton leading Rockford Boylan. Pupalia getting ready to come back in the game, and Antoine Randall L. nearly had another steal.
There's a sense of pride that's still lingering around the fact that Thornton, and you can see it in their play all of a sudden. All right, let's go. Let's have fun. Let's do it. Let's run the break. Let's do all the things that's got us here and has given us this record over the last 3 years.
I remember a high school coach once saying to our seniors, I want you to look around in this room, and I want you to look at each other, because this is the last time you're all going to be together as a team. And you almost get that feeling from the Thornton guys that they're aware of this is a great basketball team, one of the best in Illinois high school basketball history. But after tonight, they'll never all play together again in this kind of a competitive environment. And they might as well enjoy it and go out and play hard.
No doubt about it.
Foul is called on Melvin Eli. That's his third personal foul. 54-39, Thornton leading by 15. Sackmaster will inbound. Pupalia wants to get away from Eli. Trying to back his way in, got it out to Sackmaster. He drives baseline. Nice pass. Barber with the finish.
I'll tell you another thing, just watching Eli play defense. Everybody thinks Sarkanian is one of those guys just run up and down the floor, but you got to play defense for this team. And he's showing me he can move out and play defense and do some things that really is going to be a...
Antoine Randall L. had it stripped away. Here comes Zachary. He's got to beat Herring. Herring got the block, and then Antoine Randall L. blocks Sackmaster. Herring going the other way. Eli wants the ball. Eli wanted to go for the big jam, couldn't finish it off. Instead, he'll go off glass.
Oh, that was two key blocks right there. Just when you think you got it easy, cruising into port, boom, there's a block.
And Krupalia passes to himself off the backboard, essentially. Here goes Eric Herring.
Like you said, it's showtime.
Well, one thing that happens, and we saw this with Ty Streets at the University of Michigan, during his college football games, they used a lot of video of him playing against Kevin Garnett in the state championship tournament a few years ago. So, you know, these guys, a few years from now, this may show up on a national telecast somewhere. So now to make it look good, right, Norm?
You got to play hard and do your thing. Get a chance to show. Let's go.
Napoleon Harris, and he gets 2.
Now, that'd been nice here to throw it on the board. Let Eli come in from the other side. Of course, it's easy for me to say from here.
You see the force so well. Foul is on Antoine Randall, his 3rd. 5:08 remaining. Thornton leading by 19. And Krupalia calls timeout. Steve Gores wants to talk to his team. And Rocky Hills Thornton Wildcats are going to come off the floor, leading 60-41.
The Peoria area, playing better than ever.
Thornton leading Boylan by 19. They have a saying on the playground, Norm. We can't say a word for word. That's get that stuff out of there in 1, and here comes get that stuff out of here number 2.
Yeah, that's... There's better adjectives that's been used, but I tell you what, look at that penetration pass and wham! Oh, yeah.
Thornton leading by 19. And Rocky Hill still working the sidelines. By the way, just want to point this out. Antoine Randall, 8 assists in this game so far. He is having an outstanding contest. Maple, Randall, and oh my goodness! Make it 9 assists, folks.
I told you. I told you, man. He's showtime. I got a chance.
Technical foul.
And a technical foul is called on Harris for hanging on the rim.
Well, he gets a 10 for display. Yeah, display. My figure. Let me drop.
That's a
3-point stand. Yeah. He had to throw a stance in there, you know. But this is the type of atmosphere you get with this type of game when you get down to this point. Hey, let's have some excitement because it really is going for naught. Got a big crowd in here. I want to do something.
And I like what Rocky Hill is doing here because he's what he's doing is pulling Harris out of the game and saying, you know, nice going, but you know,
come on. Enough, you know, you can go so far.
I like the play you made, but you're still going to sit on the bench.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's just I'm having fun, but you're not going to get out of control with me.
Yeah, you don't want to show up the other team either. But that was impressive.
Got me looking.
Totally missed the 2nd free throw.
Got people in the truck laughing.
So Rockford Boylan is going to get the ball, 20 points down, 60-42. Thornton is on a 12-3 run in the last 3 minutes. And they have been putting on a clinic, especially the passing of Antoine Randall. Hobson 3-pointer. That one rattles in and out. Eli throws it up the floor. Nice catch by Herring. And a nice lay-in, too.
He does that well. You know, he goes up like he's jamming and he just finger rolls.
On the other end, and now we are really starting to look like the NBA All-Star game in this thing.
No doubt about it.
Antoine Randall making a few friends over there. Dan DeMario and Roy Sackmaster coming back into the game.
23,
Derek Fomby will check in for Thornton. He's going in for either Antoine Randall or William Maple, and it's Randall that will come out of the game. I have a feeling what Rocky Hill is going to do here. He's going to run these guys, run the seniors in and out, and let them get some applause, which would be a nice touch here. 4:32 remaining in the 4th quarter. Maple with the ball, eyeing Joe Tully. Tully looking right at his belt, which is what you're supposed to do when you play defense. Fomby down the lane, and he will lay it in for his first 2 points of the game.
Oh, he felt good. Look at him. Feels good, doesn't it?
Oh, it's a great feeling.
Yeah. And he took it too.
Going down the other way. That shot no good. Herring knocked off his feet. Krupalia got the rebound. Eli says, get it out of here. Fomby keeps his dribble. Sackmaster reached in.
Sack has another sack.
Sackmaster.
His 3rd personal foul.
Foul 5 on Boylan.
Hey, no, coach, no. Coach, be cool.
66-42. Thornton leading Rockford Boylan big. Now we've seen Thornton start going for the spectacular here. Let's see if Maple can supply the alley-oops that his teammates might be looking for. Well, that's a pretty good pass there, folks. Wow.
Yes.
Jermaine Hampton, his first 2 points of the game. He's a senior. He'll walk off the floor as a high schooler for the final time tonight. Nice to see that he's scored in the game. And now checking in is Sean Graves.
They're having fun.
And Eric Herring now goes out of the lineup, and he gets the big hand from the Thornton crowd.
55, Dante Jones.
And you ever wonder what happened to Dante Jones, Norm?
Yeah, whatever happened to Dante Jones?
Well, he's wearing number 55 for Thornton.
Yeah,
and Melvin Eli goes to the bench, and
he's got his eligibility back. How did he manage that?
He didn't use it all up at Oklahoma.
Oh.
DeMario drives the baseline, and
man, that was a collision.
Talking about getting involved in a hurry, Jones certainly did that.
Well, Dante showed that he can still tackle, huh?
Yeah, still hit people. Dante's a 6'2" junior.
Oh, man.
DeMario got hammered, and coming into the game now for Rockford Boylan is Phil Potter.
For Boylan, number 4, Brandon Parker replaces number
Brandon Parker comes in. Joe Tully goes to the bench, and I'll tell you what, Norman, another thing I'm impressed about Tully, he doesn't think this is funny at all.
No, he's serious. He wants to play. I want to play. I got some pride out here going up and down the court. And I like that. A lot of people tease me about that, but I like it. The minute you step in the gym, the minute you walk across that line, let's play ball. That's the way I look at it. Now when I'm getting my rear end handed to me, that I'm going to sit here and smile about it.
DeMario hits, and Bulldog Turner, number 20 for Boylan, into the game.
Look, Phil Potter, he had on the back of his practice jersey, P-Funk.
Maple got the roll and got 2 more. He now has 8 in the game.
I want my Maple.
Remember Carl Yastrzemski doing that a long time ago? Maple between the legs dribble, trying to break down Krupalia, puts it up. That wouldn't go. Sackmaster got the rebound. Has Potter up ahead of him, and Sackmaster had a little trouble handling the ball. Now he's double teamed. Sackmaster trying to get it out of there, and he was fouled.
Yes, he was. Several times. Sack said, where'd you go blow that whistle, man? I mean, give me a break. He's been hit not that hard on the football field.
Fouls on 45, Jermaine.
Fouls on Jermaine Hampton. His first personal foul. Krupalia will come out of the game, and Adam Ottaviano now will get a chance to go into the game. He's a 6'4" junior, and Krupalia says hello to the Boylan fans. He'll be back next year, and very well might be back here in Peoria on this weekend 1 year from now.
Well, they got 2 people to build from on that, and one being sophomore.
Well, you got Tully coming back.
Tully, I love that combination. You got 2 people at least you can build on.
Sackmaster's coming back.
Position. So there's some people, and I guarantee you, guys, Steve will have his troops ready.
Long 3-pointer on the way. That one wouldn't go, and ball trickles out of bounds. It will go back to Rockford Boylan. Don't forget that coming up next, the title bout. West Aurora taking on Peoria Manual. Tom and Dave will have the call. It's immediately following this one here on Sports Channel. That's a 3-pointer, by the way, folks.
Oh, sacked. He shot that from long distance.
2:45 remaining. Sackmaster hit that 3. That was his 3rd of the game. Long jumper on the way for a 3. That one wouldn't go. Phil Potter tipped it out. The rebound came away to Fonby. He'll put it up. That one wouldn't go. Sackmaster got the rebound. We get another technical foul for Jeff Edens. Went up and grabbed the rim. And what the officials are doing here is they're saying, okay, guys, I know we're getting down to the end of the game and the score's out of hand, but we don't want any garbage in this one going down the rest of the way.
Trevor Brown replaces Danny DeMario.
Danny DeMario comes out of the game. Another senior walking off the floor for the final time, and he gets a nice round of applause from the fans from Rockford Boylan. Kyle Nelton, check that. This is Jeff Myers coming into the game, number 11 for Rockford Boylan. Now, the reason why Phil Potter is shooting the free throws is because he's a 73% free throw shooter. Got the roll.
P-Funk. It's got it down.
P-Funk couldn't hit the second one.
P-Funk has a very serious expression about him.
I don't think I'd take a charge from people.
I don't think so.
He looks like he could hurt some people.
Like the old version of Charles Barkley.
And Eric Herring goes to the bench for Thornton.
You'd say he's got a wide body. Okay, use that.
It's a big cat, man.
Yeah. Set the pick.
Well, he's a tight man.
Got a touch, too. Got it up there.
Took the shot, didn't hit. Bombi came away with the rebound.
P-Funk's not afraid to shoot.
P-Funk can put it up. And that jumper off the front of the rim. The stick back by Bombi. That wouldn't go. Ottaviano couldn't get his hands on the rebound. Second try at the jumper is good. Jeff Edens, so he'll get in the scorebook. So right now, Graves is the only player who's been in the game for Thornton that hasn't scored so far. Parker had it knocked away. Foul will go against Sean Graves. And everybody on the Thornton bench getting an opportunity to go in the game now. Mike Akasanya comes into the game, number 14 for Thornton.
That's a good thing. Let's get a little touch over the field.
Nice move to the hoop and the off-glass move by Jeff Myers. 1:46 remaining. Thornton leads at 72-49. Jumper on the way from the corner of the lane. That one wouldn't go. Ottaviano couldn't get the rebound. Potter couldn't corral it either. Trevor Brown with the ball for Rockford Boylan. Oh, couldn't get the roll. Parker did get the tip back, though.
Well, Trevor had a nice little move to the hoop that time. Sweet move.
Trevor Brown, a sophomore. Ottaviano knocked it away. And then the foul is going to be called on Trevor Brown.
They are going for the ball, aren't they?
Checking in, 31, Isaac King.
And now Kyle Nelson, number 21 for Rockford Boylan, will get into the game. Also coming in, number 50, Jermaine Hansborough. So both coaches using everybody and getting everybody a chance to say, I played in the state tournament. Because when you're telling the tall stories years from now, you don't tell them how much time you played, you just say you played. But you deserve it because you went to practice every day, you worked hard, and as we've said many times, the guys who you're seeing going into the game now, they're very important in the practices, and the starters and the stars don't get as good as they do without guys working hard against them in practice every day.
And that 1 minute goes up to 2 minutes. If you played 5, it was 6.
Yeah. Lay-in wouldn't go.
That 4 points you had turned into 14.
Minute 4 remaining, or 50 in your final game.
The layup turned out to be a 35-foot jumper. You know how it is.
Foul is on Jeff Myers, and before Norm and I say goodbye to you from Peoria, we want to thank everybody who's been helping us now, not just this weekend, but both weekends. Bulldog Turner directing in the truck, and all the guys from Trio Video helping out. Bruce is a little under weather on stats. He couldn't finish it off, but
there's Bulldog right there.
Yeah, we especially want to thank our social director, Big Matt Luke.
All right, the social director of Peoria.
I would be remiss if I didn't mention Doug Stanton as well, because one of the disappointing things about this tournament for us is the fact that this is the first time we've ever done a tournament without our good friend Jeff Stanton. He passed away due to cancer earlier this year, and he was a big fan of the IHSA March Madness, and I'm sure he's upstairs looking down on this one. So Jeff, we're thinking of you, and we know he's enjoying the hoop.
And I want to tell Jeff to tell his brother to clean his desk.
Jeff was a lot neater than Doug.
Oh man, what a wonderful person. I love him.
One of the best people I've ever known. And anybody he came in contact with, he certainly made a better person. 22 seconds remaining in the game. Potter, long jumper. That one won't go.
That's Bulldog Potter.
Bulldog Potter.
Dave's will get on me.
P-Funk.
Dave's will get me. P-Funk's my man.
And our players of the game in this third place game, we give it to the Thornton seniors, because I'll tell you what, we talked about this being a game of characters, and character, there's the numbers for the seniors in this game. And Antoine Randall, don't let that 4 points deceive you. 9 assists in the game. So those are our players of the game for the effort they put forth tonight. Ottaviano gets a rebound, and the Thornton Wildcats will be one of those only 4 teams in the state of Illinois to go off the floor at the end of the year having won their final game. Thornton wins it by a final score over Rockford Boylan, 76-51. Thornton finishes the year 32-1.
2 class coaches right here. I love Rocky. He's just a good human being and Steve. I've been associated with him for a number of years and do a lot of speaking at his camps and all that.
And Rocky had the
tough.
guys ready to go in this game, and they end up the third best team in the state of Illinois, and that's no crime considering all the schools that play basketball in this state. Let's go to Yvonne. She's standing by with Rocky Hill.
Coach Hill, you wanted some more emotion. They came out in the second half and got the job done.
I'm proud of my kids. We took third place. I'm very proud of them. They've really represented Thornton Township High School in the city of Harvey very well. I'm very proud of my kids.
Let's talk about the group of seniors that have had an outstanding career here. Can you tell me what they've meant to you personally?
They've been outstanding. Go.
Oh, they're going to dunk him, and there's... Well, you guys, I guess the interview's over. He's all wet.
You know what? Rocky doesn't mind. And what a great run it has been for that group. They finished the year 32-1. They take third place this year in AA. And you know what? They're going out as champions. I'll tell you that right now. Well, Norm, there's a lot to choose from for play of the game, and here is what we have selected from Thornton 76-51 over Rockford Boylan. Our Pepsi play of the game. Back dish, Melvin Eli in for one of his many slams here in the championship game. Melvin Eli ended up a perfect 5 of 5 from the line. He had 12 from the field, a total of 17 in the game. And they didn't win the state title, Norm, but I think the Wildcats went out like champions.
Oh, no doubt about it. I mean, they got it together. Their pride stepped in. They moved the ball up and down, and they started having fun at the end. And it showed that character of what they were all about to achieve the record that they received. And it was no accident. So they had fun. They went out laughing at least.
And it could very well turn out that the only 4 games Thornton loses as this time in Rocky Hill's tenure at Thornton and for these seniors were 3 games to the eventual state champions from Peoria Manual.
Well, that tells you right there an indication of what this team was all about. And I know when the game first started, with this crowd coming in and the intensity that was brought about for today's game, they wanted to be in that championship, but was not to be. But they ended, like you said, on a winning note for a group of seniors that played awfully good basketball for Rocky Hill.
And don't forget that coming up is the title game in just a little bit. We've also got the King of the Hill and the slam dunk and 3 points. But right now, let's go back inside the March Madness experience. Here's Steve Cashel.
Coming up shortly, the championship game for the Class AA State Boys Basketball Tournament. Peoria Manual at 30-1 will meet West Aurora at 29-3. And the big story here, Peoria Manual trying to become the first team ever to win 4 consecutive state championships in the state of Illinois. You're looking inside Carver Arena, and then right across the hall, we're here inside the March Madness experience inside the exhibition hall. Steve Cashel back with you here in Peoria. Coming up, the King of the Hill competition. That's right. The winners from the Class A and AA 3-point showdowns, plus the winners from the Class A and AA slam dunk competitions. We'll find out who the King of the Hill is. And right now, getting ready for the 3-point competition. Back to Jim and Norm we go in Carver, guys.
Thanks, Cash. And the 3-point King of the Hill is first up. Eric Channing, the AA champion from Wheaton Warrenville South, will be first. He hit 11 of 15 shots in his championship in AA today to win. And you're looking at Dane Luke of Milford, the A champion, who will shoot first. He hit 13 out of 15 to win the A title. You know, I got Tom Dorr screening me off here, and I'll tell you what, when Tom's screening you off, you have a hard time seeing.
Okay.
1.
He's off. I mean, he got 1.
I was watching Dane Luke warm up. This kid can fire.
Oh, he's firing now. I mean, look at that.
It's his first miss there. So he hits 3 out of the first rack.
He's got 3. He's on a roll.
5. That would be number 6. So he's hit 6 out of his first 10.
He's on a nice little roll right there, man. He's get going. Boom. All these shooters, you know, when they get that little rhythm going, you can't wait to get to the next ball.
That one is number 9. And this one is for 10 out of 15, but it won't go. 9 for Dane Luke of Milford. And I would have to think, Norm, it's a bit of an advantage to go second and know exactly what score you have to have.
Well, yeah, you get warmed up, and You get warmed up, and you get the rhythm going for yourself, and get things going, and watch the first guy break the little ice and tension right there for a moment.
Now Eric Channing of Wheaton Warrenville South. He missed his first attempt, knocked down number 2.
This is the guy I like. I think he gets stronger as he goes on. Some shooters are not like that, but as he goes on, he just gets stronger to me.
He hits 3 out of his first 5.
He's better top of key. Remember I said before, I like the way he's just good from that angle as opposed to the one corner over.
Well, that's his spot, and he needs this one for all 5 at the top of the key. Ooh, didn't get it. Has 7.
He's trouble. He had 3 over here before.
1 to tie. Got that.
He's on
this
the
is to win it. Got that as well. Now he wants to pile up some points.
And you count it.
Got 1 more. So Eric Channing of Wheaton Warrenville South High School hits 11 3-pointers. And he wins the King of the Hill, beating Dane Luke of Milford 11 to 9.
King of the Hill.
And we're not quite done yet, because next up we will have the King of the Hill slam dunkers. We'll see Tim West of Providence St. Mel, and we'll see Lonnie Holland of Whitney Young High School, who can flat elevate, folks. He's something special. And don't forget that coming up in just a little bit, we will have the championship game of Class AA. Peoria Manual taking on West Aurora. Peoria Manual trying to go where no team has gone before to win their 4th straight state title. Eric Channing collecting the spoils of his victory.
See, guys, what year are you? Where are you going to school next year? What about you? Where are you going to
Pretty nice plaque to hang on the wall when you get home.
All right.
I'll tell you one thing, Jim, before you sign off, it's been fun.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it, Norm. It's been a great 2 weekends of basketball here. I'll turn you back over to Cash after this one. Get ready for the NBA playoffs. And there's Yvonne. She decides that that's her better side. And let's go to Yvonne. She's with Eric Channing.
Congratulations again to you for being the King of the Hill. Dane Luke, he was pretty hot there, so what were you thinking about before you started shooting?
Oh, I was just thinking about getting in a rhythm, and I thought I could beat 9, so 11 beat it, so that's good.
Now, you guys don't have a lot of time to warm up, so, I mean, when you're warming up, what do you want to do? What are you trying to get the rhythm, or what?
Yeah, just basically get comfortable in front of all these people, and then once you shoot, you just hope that you do good.
Okay, good. Congratulations again, you Tiger. You go. All right, back to you guys.
Oh, you are such the Wheaton Warrenville South Tiger, or Wheaton Central in your case, Yvonne. All right, slam dunkers are getting ready, and they're continuing to clean up the floor after Rocky Hill got doused. Doing a good job. I'm going to bring these guys over to my house. And the crowd is filing in and getting ready for the championship game coming up, and it's the hardest ticket to get, I have a feeling, in the entire state of Illinois so far this year, because people in here in Peoria have been trying to figure out any way they can to get into this arena tonight, as they're trying to see their local team make a little bit of history by winning a 4th straight state title.
Well, it was. So many people around. We walked over to get a sandwich, and 2 were stopping us. Got any tickets? No, I don't. Keep walking. Then one guy wanted my pass. Couldn't get that up, you know. So just one of those things. So who do we have remaining in this slam dunk contest?
2 competitors, Norm. That's Tim West of Providence St. Mel, and the other dunker is going to be Lonnie Holland of Whitney Young. Whoa, that was pretty good.
That was excellent.
Too bad that one didn't
solid
count.
dunk. Yeah. Better save that one for the big boy.
Let's take a look at how Lonnie Holland got here to the King of the Hill, how he became the AA champion. Of course, we saw Tim West last week during the A tournament, so he's back for a 2nd week in a row. Holland was the winner earlier this morning in the AA division.
Is this also called King of the Hill?
Yes, it is. You look at Carver Arena, and they've almost got the floor all cleaned up. I think, Norm, we've got 8 seconds to go before we get going here. I'm looking up at the clock, and the clock is running down. So if I'm correct, we'll get the horn, and then we'll start dunking. And that must be the case because Tim West is removing his warm-up and getting ready to go. Slam dunk contest.
For Chicago, Whitney Young, Lonnie Holland.
Lonnie Holland will go first. Lonnie Holland with a Dr. J dunk. That won it for Dr. J at the 1976 All-Star game in Denver, the ABA All-Star game.
Boy, he took off from the free throw line.
Lonnie Holland goes the tomahawk slam.
This is part of the game that I didn't know anything about there.
No, me either. But Lonnie Holland has now hit 3 out of 3.
Yeah.
Two more to come. And Tim West has got to run over in his head exactly what he's going to do because Lonnie Holland is putting on a show so far. 360. Let's see if he does the pin it on the backboard, pull it off, and jam it. He was working on that in the practice. Nope. Instead, goes straight forward because the last thing he wanted to do there was miss a dunk and open the door for Tim West. And it's going to be awfully difficult for Tim West to top that performance.
Yes, it is. That last dunk was so hard it hurt me over here.
Lonnie Holland sitting in pretty good shape. And now we'll get Tim West from Providence St. Mel.
Official score for Lonnie Holland, 50 points.
50 points to score for Lonnie Holland, and according to the scoring system, that's a perfect score, isn't it?
50 sounds awfully good.
10 is as much as you can get on a dunk.
Well, one little slip up here, and then, you know, it's already in the bag.
Yeah, West has got to make them spectacular. He's got to make every one of them. That's a pretty good start there.
That was a great start. That was underneath the bucket, and he was so high he leaned back out toward the goal.
Here comes number 2. Oh, and that's going to about do it.
No, and if he had slammed that one, it'd been all over. Of course, he can dunk once.
Well, who knows? Maybe he can get like a 12 or something if it's good enough. And misses. Well, he knew he had to go for something spectacular if he misses the second one.
Trouble with that when you had to pull his shorts up. Wow.
60, and that one wouldn't go either. It just says, you know, this isn't that Tim West is having a hard time, folks. He knew coming out that he had to be absolutely perfect after the performance by Lonnie Holland of Whitney Young, and Lonnie Holland is going to be the king of the hill for slam dunking this year in the state of Illinois.
Making the presentation of the king of the hill.
That was good.
Winner.
Yeah, Lonnie Holland put on a show. He put the heat on West.
High School, the coordinator of the three-point and Pepsi-Cola slam dunk competition. Congratulations to the king of the hill, a Class AA champion, Lonnie Holland of Chicago, Whitney Young. Congratulations.
Lonnie Holland collects the hardware.
Chicago, Providence St. Mel, the Class A champion. Time is running out. The IHSA store less than 10 minutes for those souvenir items you want to pick up. Game programs are also almost gone, and the concourse is your last chance for a souvenir program for the 90th edition of Illinois State Tournament action. Reminder.
Let's go to Yvonne Simmons. She's standing by with Lonnie Holland.
Hey, you really put on a show and put some pressure on the next guy, huh?
I mean, that's the advantage of going first, making him have to do something better than what you do. I mean, I give credit to Tim West. He's a phenomenal athlete. I mean, he's a track star. He could jump, high jump. He just got a little nervous out there.
How do you choose the dunks that you do?
I don't know. They just come to my mind. Whatever I feel like doing at that particular time, I just do.
Now, let me ask you, the first dunk that you did, do you remember that? You got it in your mind? Do you know who did that dunk? My partners told me who did that.
The first dunk I did?
First dunk you did.
All I remember is Tyron Nesby doing it.
Okay, I heard Dr. J won it in 1976.
Oh, okay.
Not something you quite remember, right?
No, that was before my time.
Okay, Jim, thanks for the stat. Back to you.
Shows how old Norm and I are, right?
That was before my time.
Who's this Dr. J guy, right?
Who's that guy he mentioned? Tom somebody.
Norm, it was a pleasure. It was great. We thank all the people in Peoria and all the people on our crew. Tom Dorr and David Kaplan will be in here for the title game in just a little bit, but right now, let's go back into the March Madness experience. Here's Steve Cash.
It's been beautiful.
All right, thanks a lot, Jim and Norm. Great job as always, and our congratulations to Eric Channing from Wheaton Warrenville South, Lonnie Holland from Whitney Young. Well, they didn't go away with winners as far as their teams went. Wheaton Warrenville South got eliminated early on, but Young did make it downstate, but their individuals sure came away with some nice awards, as they are the king of the hill in the respective three-point and slam dunk competitions. Still to come, the biggie, folks, the championship game, what we've all been waiting for here. It is Peoria Manual going after a fourth consecutive state championship, going up against West Aurora. Can they pull the upset? We'll see moments from now. Stay with us here on Sports Channel.